Mr. Harman, thank you for joining me. You are currently in Khartoum. How would you describe the situation today as compared to Saturday and Sunday?
Well, this morning, waking up again to sound of firing and heavy fighting. It sounds like it's more heavy in town. I'm also getting those messages from friends and people I know from other parts of town who are a bit more in the center, but also in the south where I am today. The fighting is quite intense.
Mhm. How are you dealing with that? I mean, you are from Holland, you have your family with you in Khartoum, and I think you have a daughter and a son. How are you guys dealing with all this?
Yeah, we try to sit down and at least discuss things. Of course, we pray for safety, and apart from that, we try to also still keep a rhythm as much as possible. Try to do some schoolwork, sit together, do some games, uh, but also yeah, really talking a lot and trying to see, especially for the children, how they are dealing with it with their emotions.
How
For my
are they
daughter,
doing?
sometimes
What are they
she's a bit
saying about
scared.
it?
Yeah, so my daughter sometimes is a bit scared if she hears new explosions. She's also a lot in touch with her friends from school, and yeah, some of them then hear, "Oh, we have bullets in the house," or so. Yeah, she's quite worried. Like, what if something happens near our house? And for my son, he sees it still a bit more as an adventure, and when a plane comes by, he would go to the window to try to check out what is happening, but also understanding that this is a really bad situation for the country.
Yes, of course. Did anything happen in your neighborhood?
We hear fighting. Our embassy has advised us to stay indoors, so I've not been outside over the last 2 days. So yeah, I cannot say what is happening in the streets, but sometimes you see some smoke. Um, but yeah, in the few streets just around our house, that's those are not main streets, but the main streets who are yeah within 500 meters to a kilometer. That's where we hear yeah regular fighting and explosions, or sometimes
Mhm.
uh, helicopters or planes coming by yeah to do charges.
You are, of course, there working with a Dutch NGO. Is there still anything that you can do as an NGO, you and others, obviously, in the country?
Yeah, there's a lot of coordination going on right now. The most urgent things that are being picked up is, of course, the need for medical assistance. ZOA, where I work for, is not active in health, so we are in that sense not on the forefront. But especially NGOs that are working in the health sector, they are actually right now discussing with doctors and with hospitals what help there can be, because yeah, hospitals are running out of supplies, and also some health facilities are in danger. So especially on the health front right now, that is the first urgent response. And as soon as yeah fighting would go down, obviously we would also come in action to see what is needed in terms of shelter or repairs as a result of yeah of the fighting.
So you're planning on staying in Sudan?
Yes, ZOA is a relief and a recovery organization. So I personally am planning to stay. Obviously, for my family, for my wife and my children, we will have to see what the yeah what the situation will be. If it is insecure, if there's no schools operating, then obviously we will yeah try to see how they can go to a safer place. But for me, for now, I will try to be with my team as much as possible.
Do you think foreigners,
And that,
foreigners' families, NGO workers' families, and whoever wants to leave, do you think they should be evacuated? And how can that be done at this stage with reports that the airport is not operating anymore?
yeah, so at the moment, indeed, the the status of the airport is not clear. The past few days it was the RSF. Now there are some reports that the army would be in control again. Obviously, at INGO and diplomatic level, there's a lot of coordination going on. There's a mapping of who is in town, who is in the country to prepare for potential evacuations. And I think if there are possibilities, then on those levels, they will try to speak with the currently warring parties to see if there can be either a corridor or a way that there's safe landing and departure of planes for that.
But as of today, you are saying that the army is in control of the airport, or is that always fluctuating?
That has been fluctuating, so I cannot confirm that. But the news that is coming and that is being spread also by the different sites is it's very hard to verify. But yeah, that's an update that I received, but have not been able to confirm that.
I see. Did the Dutch embassy tell you that they are working on evacuation plans? Are they working with other partners? Do you know if there's anything concrete going on?
We know that there's an inventory is being made of who is here, which dependents are there. So those lists are being compiled. So on the coordination levels, and that is especially also within the humanitarian sector, that is being done with UN and the embassies. The Dutch embassy is in touch with all the Dutch people here, and they have a clear picture who is here as much as possible, and have been calling for Dutch people to notify that they are there, to make clear that the position is there. Right now, the news is and the advice is stay indoors, because any movement outside is too dangerous.
And you haven't heard any concrete plans about evacuation. It's just writing the names down at this point.
Yes, but there have been discussions about prioritization, and then obviously it's first about families and dependents, then non-critical staff, and then but yeah, the embassy has not discussed with us yet about evacuation. But that's also because we're 2 days into this situation right now, and we know that the embassy is discussing with other embassies, and also is very close contact with the UN bodies who have a big presence here in Khartoum, and coordinating at their levels.
Unfortunately, the World Food Programme has lost 3 of its staff. How did that affect the NGO community in Sudan?
Yeah, that was a big shock. That was in North Darfur, where that happened, and unfortunately, also at that point, an INGO worker, a national worker, lost his life. That has obviously been a shock, and as always, we try to make the statements that humanitarian workers should not be a target in any parts of violence, because we are here to support. But also what we're hearing for instance, in South Darfur, in Yala, one of the big towns, is that a lot of looting has been going on with the UN agencies and INGO offices. So we are
and that worries you, of course, that such looting and such attacks would also happen in Khartoum, right?
Yes, and if you look on social media, sometimes you see some small video clips of people in uniforms trying to break open a shop. Especially the longer this would go on, more of that would be expected to happen.
So before I end the interview, I wanted to ask you one more time. You spoke already about the need for medical relief. What else does Sudan need right now?
Yeah, right now there's, I think, urgent need for ceasefire, if not a full, then temporary ceasefire, so people also will be able to get food, as it is the end of Ramadan. A lot of people were not prepared for this, and obviously also Eid al-Fitr is coming up, so yeah, opportunity for people on the one hand to safely move, but also to get access to food and water and electricity restored. That is very very urgent. So yeah, if there's any influence on the two armies fighting, that would be the most important. That yeah, that there's humanitarian uh, access, and that there is possibilities for people to yeah, to get access to food and water.
Understood. I hope that really happens before the Eid, because as you say, that's like that's a period for celebration, and it's just so sad what is happening right now. Thank you for your time. I hope you and your family stay safe.
Yes.